subject-wise information on different subject like for example, if we want to know about the arbitration, we have to expand the domain, and when we click on the table of content, it will open the detail about the arbitration in the right panel. So under the overview, you will find out the information about arbitration, which are the acts related to this particular subject, which are the rules and regulations, notification circulars. So these are the information under this particular subject. If we want to know about the corporate law, we have to click on the table of content of corporate law. So you will find out the central acts, rules, state acts for the corporate law, state rules and regulations, forms, company law procedures, direction and guidelines, schemes, due dates and penalties, resolutions, month-wise compliance chart for the companies. So these are the information under the corporate law and taxation. Sorry, corporate law. Under the corporate law and taxation, you will find out the information on direct tax, indirect tax, GST and VAT. Under the GST, you will find out all the information related to this particular subject, GST, which are the acts, rules, GST rates, notification related to GST, then GST system, and all the information related to this particular subject. You can also find out the GST rate and the important dates. Under the notification circulars, you will find out the latest notification circulars given by different ministry and department. Say for example, if we are looking for the Ministry of Law and Justice, under the Department of Justice, we can find out the latest notification circulars of 2022. So you can see these are the notifications issued under the Department of Justice from Ministry of Law and Justice. We can also find out the Department of Legal Affairs. So we can see the latest notification given by the Department of Legal Affairs. Same way, you can find out all the information related to this particular uh, ministries for central and the state ministries. So these are the for the state ministries. Under the central act and local acts, you will find out the uh, acts. When we click on the plus sign, it will expand, and we have to click on the table of contents so you can see the central act. You can open the latest act by chronological. If you want alphabetically, you can select the alphabetically. You can also open by subject wise, ministry wise and industry wise. You can also find out the repeal acts from here. When we click on the alphabetically, it will open the all the acts starting with the alphabet A. If we are looking for the Indian Contract Act, so we can directly jump to the alphabet I. We can go to the Indian Contract Act. So we can directly click on this act. It will open the main act, Indian Contract Act. You can see all the sections for this particular act. Next to that section, you can find out the red icon. It will open the commentary for this particular section. Say for example, I am looking for the commentary for section 51. So I can click on this red icon. So it will open the commentary on section 51 of Indian Contract Act. If we are looking for the judgments on section 51, we can directly click on this blue icon. So it will search from the database for the judgment on section 51. So when we click on this link, it will search from the database. You can find out all the judgments related to section 51 of Indian Contract Act from the database. So for example, next this is the Aadhaar Act. When we click on the plus sign, it will open the amending acts of Aadhaar Act. So you can see all the amending acts when we click on the plus sign of this particular icon next to that act. You can also find out act in a different language. This act is available in Hindi also. When we click on this icon, it will open the brief fact, statement of objective, date of assent, and list of amending acts are there. When we click on this icon, it will open the rules and regulations for the Aadhaar Act. So we can see all the rules and regulations for the Aadhaar Act. If we want to know about annotations, brief notes on sections, we can click on this icon. You can see this timeline of this act. So this particular act have like this particular amending in 2019. So as number of amending acts are there, you can see all the time amending acts in the timeline. So when we click on this icon, it will open the act in a single document. So if you want to take a printout, you can use this option to take a printout. If you want to copy some particular sections, for example, you are looking for section 3 and section 3A, you want to add in your drafting. So you can just select the sections and you can just use the copy command, Control C and Control V to your drafting. So you can directly copy this information from this particular act. And if you want to read in a continuous way, you can use this option also. So this blue icon will open this act in a single document. The same way we can find out the acts for the state also. Under the Northeast, you can find out the barracks for the Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura, and the rules and regulations for this particular state. Under the bills and parliament, you can find out the committee reports, court fees, court forms, court rules, sample draft, agreement and deeds, and the pending bills in parliament, which are the new bill introduced in parliament. You can find out all the text related to that particular bill. So when we click on 2022, so we can see the all the information as introduced in Lok Sabha, as passed by the Lok Sabha, as passed by the both the houses. Introduced in Lok Sabha on which date, passed in on which date, and passed by the Rajya Sabha on which particular date and assent date. And also we can see the act number of particular year. You can also read the summary. Say for example, Criminal Procedure Bill 2022. So we can see the summary of this particular bill also. Same way we can find out the stamp duty suit violation, and these are the statutory forms which comes with the rules and regulations. Under the miscellaneous, you can find out the national cases in news, international cases in news, circle rates. Say for example, under the national cases in news, you can find out these news by particular, say for example, Nirbhaya case. So you can find out this case in Lalu Prasad Yadav case. So under the national cases in news. Under the ebooks, you can find out the different ebooks on different subject, and these are the academic ebooks. Under the articles, you can find out the articles written by the law students, written by the law professionals, academic journals. You can find out all the articles, you can find out all the journals name. Say for example, you're looking for the GNLU Law Review, you can find out this journal under this academic journal. So these are the journals we are covering as of now. And from the different law firms, you can find out the articles. So you can find out all the articles written by the different law firms, case studies in brief on different case. And you can also browse the articles by subject. You can select the subject and you can directly get the articles. To search in Manupatra, we have two type of search. One is Manu search and another one is legal search. If you know the information like party name, if you know the information like any particular judge name and subject wise, then you can use the legal search. But if you don't know anything, if you want to search by topic or by keyword, then you can use the Manu search. Under the legal search, you can find out the judgments by party name from appellant and respondent option. So say for example, when we have typed the Konkan Railway, so it has searched for from all the database for the party name is Konkan Railway. When we see a flag mark, it means this particular case has been overruled by any judgment. So when we click on the flag, it will open the main judgment which has overruled the Konkan Railway versus Rani Constructions. You can also search by particular judge. Say for example, I'm looking for the judgment for Prakash Srivastava. So I can see all the judgments given by him. If I want to search within these results, I can use the search in results option. Say for example, I'm looking for the judgments on Order 39 Rule 1. So I can just type in a double quotes Order 39 Rule 1. So it will refine from the 770 results for the Order 39 Rule 1 keyword or the section. We can also search by the subject on particular subject. Say for example, I'm looking for the judgments on contract with the keyword agreement void. So now I can see all the judgments for the subject contract and the additional keyword is agreement void. So I can see agreement and void in the judgment. Also I can see this when we click on this icon, it will open the judgment. We can see the subject is contract. So likewise you can search by the particular subject and sub-subject option. We can also search by the service case category. Say for example, I'm looking for the service matters. So I have just selected the service matter and I have searched for the case category, the service matter. So I can find out all the judgments related to category service matters. I can also refine from here search in results. The same way we can search by the date wise, and if I want to search by any particular act and section, we can use from the table of content from bare act also, and we can also search from this option. Say for example, I'm looking for the judgments on Negotiable Instrument Act and section 138. So I've just typed the act name and the section 138. So I can see all the judgments for Negotiable Instrument Act section 138. If I want to refine, I can use the search results, blank check. I can use the proximity also. So for example, I'm looking for the both the words in the gap of 5 words. So I can use the proximity of 5 words /5. It means both the words will search within gap of 5 words in any order. If any judgment written like there was issued a blank check, the sentence is like blank check was issued or check was given as a blank. So it will search both the sentence. So when we refine, we can see the results. Check was a blank check. We can also search blank check together. Blank. So we can search both the words in the gap of 5 words. Blank sign check. So it will search in a proximity of 5 words. We can also search by particular citation. We can also browse the act from the legal search. From the act search, we can browse any particular act. Say for example, I am looking for the Companies Act. So I have just typed the title of the act. From now I can see all the acts with the title companies in the drop down. Under the select an act, I can see all the act name with the subject companies. I can select my act, and when I click on the view selected act, it will open in a separate window. If I want to search any word in this particular act, I can use enter the text to search option. Say for example, I want to search for a particular word criminal in the Companies Act. So I can see all the sections with the any particular keyword criminal. So when I click on this link, now I can see this criminal word appears in this particular number 3 of section 223. If I want to find out any particular section, if I want to jump to section 220 directly, so I can just type 220 and search. So I can see the section 220 directly from here. I can Now under the legal search, you can find out the rules search also option also for the Central Act. If I'm looking for the rules for say for example Companies Act, so I just type the title of the act and I can see all the rules with the companies word. If I want to open any particular rule, I have to just select the rule number 1. So for example, I'm looking for rule number 1 and when I click on search, I can see the rule amendment rule 2021 and the rule 2. What are the amendments? So I can see directly from here. This is direct text search. If I want to search by any particular assessment year wise, say for example, we are looking for the judgments for assessment year 2006, 2005, 2006, and we want a judgment on Income Tax Act, and disposition will be in favor of department. So I can search from this option for assessment year 2005, 2006 for the Act, Income Tax Act, and in favor of department. We can find out all the judgments for this particular query. So now we have 708 judgments on direct tax assessment year 2005-6. Relevant section will be Income Tax Act 1961 and the disposition will be in favor of department. If I want to refine, we can use the search results option. If I want to filter by court, I can select these options. I'm looking for the judgments for a particular state. I can use this filter by the court. Also, we can add the keywords. These are the keywords we can add with these particular results. We can also filter by the subject. We can also filter by the particular judge. We can filter by the period. We are looking for the judgments for 2010. So just click on 2010. So I can find out this 120 judgments in the right panel. But I am looking for the 3-judge bench judgment. So I can filter by the judge bench also. Now I can see this is the Delhi High Court judgments of 2010 for 3-judge bench on this particular subject. So if we don't have the full information, if we have the half information like from which court this particular case we are looking for, we can also use this filter options to get this particular case. Now the next one is citation search. There are two options like publisher wise citation search and the court citation search. So natural citations now started by the High Court of Delhi. So when we select the High Court of Delhi and if we select the year 2022, we can find out all the natural citations for this particular So now we can see all the citations, natural citations given by the Delhi High Court. When we click on this link, it will open the main judgment. We can see the Manu citation and the natural citations of Delhi High Court. Under the citation search, you can also find out the citation by different publishers. For example, if we are looking for the judgments given by AIR Supreme Court, we can use the citation search option, page number 1059. So we can directly get this particular case from the citation search. The same way we have citation search for the international cases also. So these are the publishers we are covering for the international citations. Under the Now we go back to the search option for the topic wise. This is a Manu search. Under the Manu search, you can search by free text, title wise, and citation wise search. Under the free text, you can use the topic wise option. For example, if I am looking for the judgments on particular subject for mandatory injunction, so if I want a phrase wise search, I can use the double quotes option. So if I'm looking this both the keywords together, then we have to use the double quotes option. If we don't want together, then we can remove the double quotes and we can search. So it will search from all the judgments for this particular subject. So now I am looking for the mandatory injunction which cannot be granted at interim stage. So I can also refine in the results. But I don't know whether this particular 4 words are written together. So I can use the proximity of 10 words. So if any particular, so it will search from the this particular 4 words, and we can see all the results: stage, grant, interim, cannot. So it will search from this particular string. So I have sorted these results by the cited most. So we can see all the judgments which are more cited, it will come first. And when we click on the relevancy, it will give you the relevancy wise results. So these are the judgments by the relevancy wise. Now again, if I want to search for any particular word, say for example under the service law, if I am looking for the compulsory retirement, and I am looking for the major punishment. So I have just used the search in results option and given the major punishment in a double quotes. So if any judgment was written with the major punishment, I can see this. These are the cases. Now, when we see a red icon next to the judgment, it means there is a SLP file in the Supreme Court which is pending. And when we see the green sign next to the judgment, uh, it means there is a SLP file in the Supreme Court that SLP was disposed of. So if I am looking for the order, I can open the case and I can see the SLP status from this icon. So I can see all the information of Supreme Court cases, Supreme Court judgments, or Supreme Court orders. So now I can see the SLP number. So now I can see the orders also for this particular SLP. So this particular appeal is dismissed. So we can see the status of this particular case also. If any particular case challenge in Supreme Court, you can find out the Supreme Court sign next to the judgment. Now, if I want to search for a cited most, I can sort the results If I am looking for the landmark judgments, or if I want to know which are the cases most referred in the other cases, I can use the sort by option cited most. Say for example, OP Gupta, uh, when I click on this icon, it will open this particular case in the separate window. Now, this is the Manupatra citation. The next to Manupatra citation, we can see the cite option. This particular case cited in Manupatra 296 times, last cited on 19th August 2022. So, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you? Okay. So, under the treatment in other case, you can find out this particular case which are cited in other case. So you can say there are 44% cases are there where this particular case has been referred as a mention. You can also find out the 37% case where this OP Gupta was discussed. 14% cases are there where this OP Gupta was relied on. 3% for the distinguished, 1% affirmed, and 1% is dissented. So if I am looking for the judgment, we can use this green button that is called the authority check. So under the authority check, you can find out all the judgments where OP Gupta was cited or referred. So under the citing reference, we can filter by this particular citing reference. If I am looking for the relied on, I can see all the cases where OP Gupta was relied on. When I move cursor on this Madras High Court judgments, I can see this Madras High Court judgment cited one time, and when I move cursor on this particular case of 2017 of Madras High Court, this case not cited any time. That's why the circle size is smaller than this particular case. So, and more number of times cited, it will increase the circle size. So we can find out the number of times cited of this case directly from here, and we can directly jump to that citation also. If I am looking for the distinguished, we can see these are the cases where OP Gupta was distinguished. And also we can find out the information dissented. So this particular case where OP Gupta was dissented. We can directly jump to this judgment from this citation, Manu citation. So we can open in a separate window. Next to authority check, we can see this icon. This is called a cited in para. So we can find out all the cases where this particular case has been referred. We can see the list of the cases where this OP Gupta was referred. When we click on this icon, it will when we click on this particular case, it will open the only paragraph number 19 where this OP Gupta was referred. So you can find out the exact para where this particular case has been referred. If you want to open full judgment, you can click on the Manu citation, then it will open the full judgment. You can also see all the cases where this OP Gupta was referred. So in this particular case, it was just mentioned. We can see the paragraph granted in OP Gupta. 12% interest has been granted in OP Gupta. So it was discussed on the interest in this particular case. Now we can see this two paragraph where OP Gupta was referred. So now we can see all the cases. The same way we have the important para of OP Gupta, which are the paragraph referred in the different cases or cited in the different cases of Supreme Court. So when we click on this M icon, that is the M para, so it will give you the important para of OP Gupta which are referred in the different cases. So now when I click on this N order, so it will open the paragraph. When I click on the Ram Lakshman, So we can see the Ram Lakshman text in the bottom line. So we can see this particular paragraph which are referred in the Ram Lakhan. The same way, there is another paragraph, it is clear principle of natural justice, which are referred in the case of state of Bihar versus Arvind. So we can see this particular paragraph cited in this particular case. So you can find out which are the important para or which of the para which referred in the different cases. To take a printout, we can use this print option, print document in PDF format. So it will open these, if you want with the head note, you can select the with case note option. If you want to download in your local drive, you can use the save PDF to local drive. If you are using from your tablet or from your phone, then you can use, if you want to download, you can use the save PDF to local drive. If you want to take a printout, you can select the open PDF in browser and take a printout. If you want to send this particular case to anyone, you can use email this page. So it will convert this particular judgment into PDF and it will send as an attachment to the receipts. And you can download this document in Word format. You can highlight any particular paragraph and you can add the notes with this sticky note option. You can use this particular option to upload document in your cloud, Dropbox or Google Drive option. So it will ask your authentication, your ID and password. Then it will upload this particular case into your Dropbox or Google Drive. You can also save this document in Manupatra cloud by click this save this document option. So it will save in the Manupatra cloud. You can create your own folder and you can select save the judgment. To browse the judgment, you can use the My Save document under the legal search. So it will open the option for your folders, and we have saved in the under the My folder. You can see this particular case has been saved under the My folder, and you can browse this document directly from here. If you want to take a printout in a bigger font, if you want to change the font type, you can use this option, change font type, change font size, and if you want to add the line space, you can use the display setting option and you can take a printout and convert this document in PDF, and then you can take a printout in this given format. So this is the judgment of Supreme Court of India. This particular, these are the cases which are referred in the judgment, and any authority referred. You can see the citing reference for this referred cases, then head note and the ratio decidendi and the full text judgment. And you can find out the words which are highlighted when we have searched for the compulsory retirement and the major punishment. You can see it as a highlight option. You can also open the judgment or open the section directly from this particular case. When we click on the act, it will open the article 226. If I am looking for the commentary, I can go to the commentary option for article 226. Likewise, you can also directly jump to this particular case. If you want to open this case, you can directly jump to that case. So this is the Manupatra judgment, and under this next to search button, you can find out this different option for the search tips. You can find out you can search by a normal query, phrase query. So how to phrase a query, you can find out the examples from this search tips option. Under the legal analysis, you can find out the judgments by particular judge, and you can find out the analysis. Say for example, now we are looking for the judgments for judges for the Supreme Court. So when we click on the Arijit Pasayat sir, so you can find out the number of judgments written by him. You can find out the number of judgments cited and appointment year and the retirement year. So now I can see the analysis for the Arijit Pasayat sir. Now I can see the year-wise judgment pronounced by him, subject-wise judgment pronounced by him, counsels who appears before the judge bench, disposition-wise judgment pronounced. So we can see the appeal, which are the application allowed, application dismissed, dispose of, in favor of department. When I click on the in favor of department, I can see the judgments, this particular citing reference. Also, we can see judge cited, which are the judge has cited his judgment. So he has cited his own judgment 471 times. After that, he has used the SB Sinha sir's judgment, then Subbarao sir's judgment. We can see the judge cited by, which are the judge has cited his Arijit Pasayat sir's judgment. So now we can see these are the judges. If any judgment discussed or affirmed, you can see the list of the cases, which are the cases affirmed, discussed or dissented or distinguished of Arijit Pasayat sir in Supreme Court. And the same way you can find out the judgment pronounced citing reference in High Court also. So this is the advanced judge analysis. We have options for different state also. So we can find out this analysis for different states. Now on my home page, you can find out the dictionary, maxims. Then under the compare provisions, you can find out the constitution of different countries. We have added a constitution of 192 countries. So you can find out the constitution of different countries from this option. You can also compare two acts, or you can see the law on present date or date of inceptions. Say for example, uh, Code on Wages 2019. So you can see the comparative chart of these four acts under this Code of Wages. So which are the new sections added, or which are the old sections with the new section number. So for example, section 2A will be 2D now. So you can see 2C will be 2I. So likewise, you can find out the comparison of this particular act. So this is the Manupatra search and different search options. If you have any question, you can ask me now. If you have any query related to Manupatra. So anybody is having any question in Manupatra?
Participants were requested to ask any question, anything they want to clear out. They can simply ask it. Ma'am, any queries from your side?
If you have any queries,
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
yes, sir.
Yeah, ma'am, like any queries from the participant side?
बोलती नहीं. Shivashish, I think there is one person, young Chin ma'am, is trying to speak, but she is in mute.
Can we end the session? Hello, sir.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ma'am, I think you can just put my email ID and all. So if any participant has any queries or they face any problem, they can just contact us. I hope that will be okay.
So, with your permission, can we end the session now, sir?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
sure, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Good morning, Geeta ji. In case there are no queries from the participants, would you want us to start the session?
Session. So, we start with the second session now. So, we have come to the end of first session. I would like to thank learned resource person for his precious time and guiding the session in a very productive way. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of Sikkim Judicial Academy, we would like to thank you, sir. Very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
We now, yes, sir. We will now begin with the second session for today's program. We can start now. Morning, everyone. Begin the second session on SCC Supreme Court cases. We have Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, Vice President, Marketing and Sales, Eastern Book Company Private Delhi, as a resource person. And now I would like to request our learned resource person to kindly begin the session.
Thank you so much. I only want to confirm whether I'm audible.
Sir, you're audible.
All right. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and thank you to the Honorable Director and the other important dignitaries sitting in Sikkim Judicial Academy. And happy Deepavali and season's greetings to all of you. Thank you for this time that you are all going to invest with us today. It is a great pleasure to, in fact, again, have this session in a short period. We had some session, I think, with the judicial officers some time back. Thank you so much. So without taking much time, we will actually start the session. I have with me my colleague, Mr. Rajesh Rana, who's joining from Delhi. And I also have one other colleague, Mr. Mohit Singh, who's joining from Ghaziabad. And three of us, we are joining from different stations to ensure uninterrupted continuation of the session in case of any power failure or internet failure on any of these three places. So I'll request Mr. Rana to kindly share the screen, please.
Sure, sir. So I'm just sharing the screen, sir. Kindly confirm whether you are able to view it. Is it visible to all the participants?
Right now, we can see you. We cannot see SCC online screen. Kindly share that screen, please.
Sir, I have already. It might take a while, just maybe a few more seconds, and it should be available. It should be shared, hopefully.
It appeared and then disappeared. Yes, it's there now. Can this be brought to the full screen mode so that members can have a better view of this?
Sure, sir. I think right now is the screen that I have shared visible to all?
Yes, it is. It is. But it is on only 50% of the screen. Rest 50% we can see you. So if you can kindly put it on the full screen mode, please.
Let me just one sec. I have expanded it to the full, and let me just put off my video and then see whether there is any difference now in the size of the screen. Now, are you able to view the full view, sir?
No, not yet. Only 50% of the screen is visible with the audience and 50% with the screen.
Can we check with the audience also?
Mohit, if you can kindly share and see in case on your PC we are in position to get this on the full screen, please.
Sure.
And for the
Let me
viewers
tell you.
also, whether they are getting a full view or, as sir is saying, only half of it. Uh, among the honorable attendees,
Madam, if you can kindly help us in having this on full screen, please.
Yes, sir, we are able to see full screen.
sir,
All right.
sir,
Thank you so much. Thank you for the confirmation. So we'll proceed further.
all
So
right,
the
sir.
first and the foremost thing that we need to actually understand here, uh, uh, Mr. Rana, I think we can continue. Mr. Mohit,
Yes, sir.
please
Yes,
do
sir.
not.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure,
the
sir.
first and the
Okay.
foremost thing that we need to actually understand before we starting research on any platform, what exactly is the information coverage and whether the information which is available on the portal is definitely helping us for our research on hand. SCConline.com is the URL, and when you go to SCConline.com URL, you will actually reach to this homepage where on the data coverage part, when you will click, you will actually be shown the data coverage of web edition. You can click on that, please. So, data coverage, as the name suggests, SCC is basically Supreme Court cases, and Supreme Court cases is, in fact, our own publication, which we started publishing in 1969. And 69 to 2022, we have the entire series of about 520 volumes. But SCC is not just covering SCC. Supreme Court cases is today having over 100 publications on its platform, where we have collaborated with different other important publications of the country and some international publications. So together this becomes an amazing platform. SCC is about 520 volumes, whereas the platform now has over 10,000 volumes of digital information of various publications from India and international publication houses. So now, having said that, this is huge information covering Supreme Court of India. And when we say covering Supreme Court of India, Supreme Court of India actually started in 1950 post the adoption of Constitution of India. But we have the coverage starting from 1836 onwards, from Privy Council, Moore's Indian Appeals onwards. So as you can see, if you can kindly enlarge the screen, please, further. Expand the, yes, please. Thank you. So we have the coverage from Privy Council starting from 1836 onwards, from Moore's Indian Appeals and Indian Appeals. Actually, both of these are also coming with the permission of the original publisher called ICLR. And then we have the Federal Court reports coming from, in fact, Federal Court report, which is the period 1935 to 1950, which is, in fact, the court which was handling the constitutional matters before the India got independence between the British Council and the states. Then we have all high courts. When we say we have all high courts, we have partnered with various high courts. High courts have given us permission to include the ILRs, and also we have partnered with many other important publication houses of different places. For example, for Guwahati, we have Guwahati Law Reports. For Delhi, we have DRJ. For Calcutta, we have Calcutta High Court Notes. Likewise, different high courts, we have collaboration with different important publications, and they have given us permission to include three things. What are these three things? First of all, we actually publish verbatim. Whatever is published in their report, we are not changing a word. As it is, the same information is included in our platform. And what are these three things? Full information as is published in the platform. In case they are publishing a digest, the digest is included. And also when you take the printouts are exact replica of the information as is published in their respective reports. So what we have done here in this case, we have not taken the scanned copy. We have taken the photo pictures of each page of those important publications, so that there is no editing possible. So that gives you an amazing platform which is secured, which is giving you this assurity that there is nothing which is changed on the information that you are downloading. So having seen this, that we have all Supreme Court and all high courts, then selectively few district court judgments are also included, which are landmark judgments. Just to name a few, like Arushi Talwar case of the recent past, which was in fact stirring up the country because of nature of its this case. And then we also have historical courts. Before India got independence, we in fact we were having Ajmer Court, Goa Court, Lahore, Burma, and many other important jurisdictional high courts. So all of those are also covered. Scrolling down further, Mr. Rana. We also have the tribunals and commissions now. All important tribunals and commissions, their principal seats are covered, and in certain cases even the next step is also now we have started covering. So huge list, about 30 plus. And then scrolling down further, we also have now the statutory law. Statutory law is basically two, in fact, important areas. We have central acts, we have state acts. Central acts, the parliament enacted, and then state assemblies, all the states, whatever enactments are there, we are also covering those. In addition to this, and where is this information coming from? Let me tell you that SCC, Supreme Court Cases, was one publication, but we also publish another publication which is known as Current Central Legislation, in which we are publishing Central Acts, and we have the largest depository of about 2,600 Central Acts, both currently in force and reappealed. Everything is available. And in addition to that, we were already publishing UP local acts, and now because of this online demand of having these state acts, we have started covering almost all important acts of the entire state jurisdictions coming under India. All of those are now available. And in addition to this, now we also cover historical trials, bilateral treaties, policy documents of various ministries, Tagore law lectures. In case somebody really have love of language, Tagore law lectures will definitely be a good read. And then we also have legal business news, and going forward, myself and my colleague will actually take you through this journey, amazing journey of what exactly is covered here. There is another section which is also covering international law and the foreign law, which I guess is subscribed only in the High Court, not in the I think the state judiciary, the district courts, but the information of 24 other countries is also now available on our platform, starting from English reports, starting from 1865 onwards, where they again we have collaborated with the ICLR of UK, which has given us permission for 3 important reports: law report, weekly law reports, and business law report. And then we have also collaborated with Bangladesh government. Bangladesh government has given us permission to include BLD, Bangladesh law decisions. Similarly, Singapore government has given us permission to include Singapore law reports. Likewise, important information from various other jurisdictions is collated and presented to you for completeness and exhaustive, in fact, nature of your research, so that nothing is left out. In addition to this important foreign jurisdictions, we also have the international jurisdictions, namely International Court of Justice, Human Rights Commission, and in fact, also the WIPO decisions, WTO decisions, and many others. The list is long. We also have the coverage of academic journals, about 70 plus academic journals. Most of these are being published by Eastern Book Company in collaboration with various important institutions of the country and important, in fact, national universities. So all of those are also available. It's a copyright material, and we have the permission to include all of those. So the major distinction here between our platform and the other platform is that the information which is being presented to you, no wonder whatever is available from the free resources from various websites of Supreme Court and High Court, all of that is available. But in addition to all of that, we also have the information which is curated information, which is published by various publishers on our platform. That makes it very, very interesting. So you have an upper edge. You have everything, whatever is available to the open source, and you also have hundreds of publications material available on this platform to enrich your research whenever you're looking for anything. So let's start our journey. Information is huge. Over 45 lakh cases are already available. Then we say only the judgments and orders, but the information of central statutes and all of this put together is a huge resource. It's ocean of information. And in fact, my colleague has already started logging in. He has in fact clicked on the user login, and which is the arrangement of typing in your login ID, your email ID, and then when you type your password, this takes you to the platform. And in the platform, we have 3 rows. So me and my colleagues will be covering, each one of us will be covering 1 row. So let us quickly start. When we come to the dashboard after login in page, we have this one page. We have this one page which is actually appearing, which is dashboard, which gives us 3 important rows. Mr. Raina, can we go to the dashboard, please?
Sir. Please. The row 1 is the research plus, row 2 is the my library, and row 3 is link. So research plus is the information area where you have to type in something, you have to request for some information where you have something in your mind. Whereas my library is a kind of virtual digital library in which the information is available as if you are actually in their physical library, and you can download various important publications. Mr. Anna, can you hear me? Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's start with the row 1.
All right. So, as Sanjay sir has elaborated,
Let's
as far
start
as
with the row 1. I will cover a couple of these tiles and then you can actually take over and start.
sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So let's start with the simplest one, which is words and phrases. When we click on the words and phrases, this gives you access to, in fact, a short dictionary, concise dictionary, which was nothing else but our own publication, published first in 1983, and thereafter it's being electronically revised. So if you're looking for definition of one single term like bias, so just simply type word bias. And as soon as you type word bias, immediately this will actually give you the information on that term. And as you can see clearly that not only we have found couple of information pieces, which are basically landmark judgment of Supreme Court of India, wherein word bias is definitely defined. So sometimes you will find one, sometimes you will find multiple definitions. And if you scroll down further, there are chances that in some of these cases, you may find the dictionary meaning. As in this case, at the end, as you can see, we have given you the information as is appearing in Wharton dictionary with their permission. So having seen this, this is the simplest. So before you actually dive down deep into any important legal research work, it is suggested that you start with the words and phrases and see what is the meaning, what is the legal meaning of that term, whether it's a legal phrase, is a word, or maybe Latin maxim. So can we quickly go back to the tiles again, please? And when we do that, we'll take the next option, which is very, very interesting, which is in fact GST rate finder we will leave. We will, because this is something which is useful for only GST practitioner, and find by topic. When we click on find by topic, this is actually going to give us the access to the entire topic list, topic tree of Eastern Book Company, various publications, and also in order to give you the holistic research material advantage, we have merged the topic guides of various other important publications of the world, because there was classification difference. There was classification difference in many important, in fact, publications like SCC and AIR, All India Reporter and All England Reporter. All of these were having some classification differences. So while merging, when we merge these, so the user has the advantage that you may find the interesting topic, whatever you're looking for, in different places, not just in the place that you're looking for. Just to give you an example, let's take example of legitimate expectation. Please type legitimate expectation and search. Please type legitimate expectation and search for it, please. It's already there. When you search for it, I was thinking that I will find it under administrative law, but we are finding it in 3 places: administrative law, doctrine and maxims, and service law. So depending upon the type of research requirement that I may have, so accordingly then I can select the important area. In case my research requirement is under administrative law, I'll select that. In case my research requirement is under service law, I'll select that. Accordingly then you can select, and then there are 3 options available down below. The first option is search in heading. Suppose the Honorable Lordships have requested for the research material within no time, maybe less than 5 minutes time. So select only search in headings. When you do that, select search in headings, it will give you only minuscule numbers. Let us see what are these numbers. So when we do that, immediately this is giving me access to only few number of notes which are coming only from the digest notes. Eighty-two, be very, very precise. So what we can do, we can click on the middle column, and when we click on the middle column, we can rearrange this chronologically, and we can see the most recent one on the screen immediately. When we arrange this, the information of 2021 or 2022 will come at the top position, and then we are fully empowered to suggest the honorable judges sitting on the dais, or maybe for our research requirements, within 5 minutes we are ready for the most recent ruling on administrative law and legitimate expectation. Suppose we have couple of hours with us. We'll quickly go back to the same tile again, and in this case what we will do, we will actually request for the second option. Again select the same topic, but I want to now this time select only under administrative law. So select administrative law directly from the table.
All right. So I'm selecting the second option, sir, in this case, search and digest notes.
Yes, please. When you do that, immediately this is giving you access to maybe higher number of notes, which will be visible in a short while.
So 341.
304. So number has already jumped to, in fact, 4 times. So I'm sure everyone will understand, when you have more time, select the middle option, and you can do thorough research because you have more material now. You can also see the information is not getting searched only in the topic, it's also getting searched in the paragraphs. and as is clearly visible, legitimate expectation is appearing as highlighted in different paragraphs. Having seen this, let's quickly go back to the tiles, and this time let us select everywhere, wherein you are preparing for an important case, you do not want to leave anything, and in this case, search everywhere will give you the information appearing from Supreme Court, information appearing from High Courts, information appearing everywhere, whatever is available on our platform. Let us see how this actually works. When we select legitimate expectation and select search everywhere, the numbers will be much, much higher. And when we do that, what is the result? What is the outcome? Let us see that. The outcome is going to be amazing. And in this case, how are different legal practitioners helping themselves? So in case you are appearing before Calcutta High Court, you can actually select the digest notes of Supreme Court and the digest notes of Calcutta High Court. That will give you empowerment to have best of both the worlds. And similarly, in case you are appearing before Guwahati High Court, you can do that. In case you are appearing before Sikkim High Court, Sikkim High Court and Supreme Court, both of these together will definitely give you a total empowerment. So it is not necessary that you are going through the complete list of 9,300 something which is appearing here, but having the important information in your hand which is meaningful for the forum where you are appearing, that is something which is actually possible through this important feature we have just shared. Let's quickly go to now the next feature. Going down to the screen, find by party name, citation, and find by case law by section are very simple, which Mr. Rana will take care of. We'll quickly go to word search. When we go to word search, there are two options available. One option is you are looking for legal phrases. The other option is you are looking for non-legal phrasing. Let me take a very simple and in fact very easy example which was asked by Justice C.K. Thakkar, whether banana plant is a tree. So if you are looking for such vague inquiry, do not type the information full statement, instead type keywords. So what is the keyword formula? Just type in 2 or 3 words which are coming to your mind as the most important words. So please type 3 words, banana, plant and tree, and start search.
So we have got around 74 results, sir.
Immediately we have important research retrieval, 74 results, and in this judgments are 57 and the digest notes are 2. This is the most important feature of the product, that instead of going into the ocean of information on any specific area, you can simply start with the digest notes first, and as you can see, instead of 50 judgments, I can simply see these 2, and the note which is appearing on the right hand side panel is clearly giving me the information of my choice, which is why Supreme Court is not considering banana plant as a tree, because it does not have 2 important characteristics which is clearly mentioned here. So instead of spending a lot of time in going through those 50 or 60 judgments, we have saved our precious time. So this is one arrangement by typing the keyword search. And let us quickly go back, and now this time let us search for the legal phrase. I'm looking for legal search. Now legal phrase locus standi in reference to third party. So when we do locus standi in reference to third party, let us see what we find here. When we type locus standi, we have to type it in double inverted quotes. So whenever you're typing any information in double inverted quote, this will be searched as a phrase. And when we do that, let us see what is the outcome. This is going to give me huge number of judgments and notes and documents, and let us see what is the number. The number here again is huge, which is coming as 38,404. But since my requirement is focused to third party locus standi, so I will do sub search. Mr. Rana, please show where exactly we are typing sub search. Yes. It is right under the SCC online logo where we can type sub search as third party. Third party again as a legal phrase we have to type in double inverted quotes. So start with double inverted quotes and close with double inverted quotes and start search. When you do that, immediately this is going to give us the important number of judgments and notes wherein Supreme Court or High Courts or different other forums have discussed something in relation to third party, which is directly under locus standi, and these are those notes, about 9,000 few. But please see the number of digest notes. Please click on the plus sign of digest note. This will further tell you what is the focused information available from Supreme Court. Only 89 of them, which again we can rearrange chronologically, reverse chronologically, or largest quorum first. So this is how we can actually do simple searches with the words or simple searches with the various, in fact, important keywords and also the legal phrases. But in case the research is more complicated, then probably we'll use some kind of operators. What are these operators? These operators are and, or, near, and not. So we'll in fact like to show you some of these and how these actually features are helping us. We'll just give you one example in which we'll take help of two important features here. I'm looking for cancellation of appointment for temporary employees. So please type cancellation of appointment, complete phrase, cancellation of appointment, and type it in double inverted quotes because we want to search it as a phrase. When we do that, immediately this is going to give me certain number of notes and judgments. Let us see what are these number of notes and judgments. And when we do that, the information as is being retrieved is giving me only few numbers, about 1100 and few. And we'll quickly do a sub search with one word temporary within this. And when we do that temporary sub search, let us see what we find here. When we type temporary, immediately we find only handful of judgments, only 7 digest notes. So there is something wrong that we have done here in this case. So what is the better mode of doing this research? The better mode of doing the research is going back and instead of typing the full expression, which we assumed is a legal phrase, this is not a legal phrase. So what is the best method? The best method will be to type the root words. So cancel star will give me all the derivatives of cancel. Cancel star is giving me all the derivatives of cancel. And after cancel, you type appoint star, give one space in between. So instead of typing and, you can also leave one space in between. But now software is suggesting that please don't do this, because if you do this, you are going to have enormous number of notes and judgments wherein cancel word and derivatives of cancel are appearing and appointment word of derivatives and appointment are appearing. I do not want all of them. I want where these two are appearing near each other. So we will type near in between. As you can see, near. And when you do that, so what is the near? Near is to find two words in the proximity of each other, which is by default set for 10 words. And when we start the search now, let us see what is the magic. The number is going to actually, by default, this is set for 10 words. And when we actually do that, immediately let us see what is the result now. And when we see the results now, the results are 12,000. Many folds jump. And now when we do that, please click on the search result and now type temporary here. When we type temporary, we are also thinking of few other words like temporary. In addition to temporary, we'll type or, we'll type casual, we'll type ad hoc. Ad hoc is 2 words, so we'll please type double inverted quotes with ad hoc word. And let us see the result now. When we see the results, we will know that instead of doing the research always in the secured form with the phrase, we are not getting help. In this case, the numbers have jumped many folds. You see the digest notes have jumped from 7 to 40, 48, I believe. And then in case we click on the plus sign here, we will see how many have actually come from Supreme Court. When we click on the plus sign, the information Supreme Court is giving me 18. So here we have to stop and in fact go through all of these, because some of these are definitely good, I think, retrieval of the case laws, which are definitely of our use to us, because we have taken care of cancellation of appointment and we have also taken care of 3 important keywords, which is either temporary or casual or maybe ad hoc. So nature of employment in all these 3 cases is temporary in nature, and this is how we actually do the research here. There are many important examples that Mr. Rana and Mr. Mohit will be sharing with you. Mr. Rana, will you like to continue further now from here?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much, Sanjay, sir. And let's go back to the dashboard. And we've seen the word search, the phrase, and the operators. One more operator is there. Maybe at a time when you are doing a research on a very generic query, like I'm looking for judgments on motor accident, and I'll put it in double inverted commas as a phrase I want to search for. But the results that I get will also have all the aspects, means whether there's a claim or there is any compensation in lieu of this accident. So what all I want to exclude, for that I can use an operator here known as not. Now what the not will do, after keying in not in capital letters, what all keyword I am keying in will be excluded from appearing in the results. So I'll get judgments on motor accident, but the ones where compensation has been granted or discussed will be excluded. So that is the third Boolean operator that we have over here. And to cross check, I can go into the sub search within search and type the keyword that I had excluded, that is compensation, and we'll definitely see 0 results as far as the keyword compensation is concerned. Now let's move back to the dashboard. And what else? Yes, we have the case law by a section, okay, for finding by a citation and a party name. So I'll start with the find case law by a section. Here you'll have to enter the act, and subsequently you'll get the section list on the bottom window. So if I'm suppose going for the Evidence Act right here, and this 1872 Act, the entire section list is appearing here for me. And I choose this section 27, how much of information received from accused may be proved. I double click on this section, and within no time I'll get judgments from all the jurisdictions on section 27 of the Evidence Act. Right. So here you are. The first one of Criminal Procedure Code has Evidence Act section 27 mentioned here. Now that is one way. I mean, you have a section and you are going by this, but what about combination of sections? I mean, I want a judgment on, let's say, the Criminal Procedure Code section 420, right? So what I can do is I can just simply enter the act names over here. I mean, either the abbreviation or the code itself. Let me say penal code rather. So penal code and section is 420. So I'm not entering the section number, the section itself, only the number. And you can see a suggestion is appearing already as somebody has keyed in negotiable near 138 and penal near 420. Near we already are aware that they will be searched close to each other. And being close to each other, obviously they will be talking about section only. So this is how I can combine couple of sections or even more, whether it's a rule or an order also, which can be searched in the word search in this manner, right? So you will get the results where both penal 420 and negotiable 138 have been discussed, as you can see right here in this digest note. Now let's move back to the dashboard, and the next option that we have here is finding a judgment or a case law by a citation. We as publishers have SCC weekly journal, and apart from that we have regional tie-up with regional publishers like Delhi for DRJ, we have for Delhi, we have Maharashtra Law Journal, MP Law Journal, Guwahati Law Journal, CHN for Kolkata, and likewise ILR, the government publication. 8 states we have collaborated with. So we are giving you the true prints of those, and that means the exact image or photo image of the journal, print journal. But what about other journal publications of which you might be having a citation you want to access or search, like AIR? We don't have a tie-up, but as a user, if you have a AIR citation, you can definitely enter, select that AIR Supreme Court, and followed by that the format, that is the year, and the page index is also prepared by our editorial. So page number one I am selecting and clicking on get citation will show me the judgment which has been published in SCC journal. But the full text judgment will have the citation of SCC, of course, on top, as you can see. But when I move to the digest note or the summary, which is prepared by our editorial, on the bottom where the party name is mentioned, you will find the equivalent citations also. Apart from SCC, you have All India Cases, All India Reporter, Criminal Law Journal, KLT. So instead of AIR, if I had a citation of Criminal Law Journal in which it has also been published, you could have retrieved it using the find case law by a section. Right, find case law, find by a citation, sorry. Now coming to the third option, that is finding a case by a party name. Here you will notice two ways there are two types of searches. One is search by party name and the other one is search by famous case names. Now famous case names are the names which are made famous by the media headlines, right? Like Nirbhaya case, Triple Talaq case, Sabrimala case and all. So when you have those names, you can search in this SCC online. How? You just type it, the name, famous name in the search by famous case names, the suggestion will appear. Like in this case, I have typed Sabrimala, so it gave me the suggestion when entering Sabrimala. On the bottom, the software decodes and shows me the actual party name, that is Indian Young Lawyers Association versus Sabrimala Temple versus State of Kerala. And double clicking on this will take me to that judgment. Right. Now, there is another option here, which I would like to show. That is, so when you have the actual party name. Now that actual party name will be keyed in the first option, that is search by party name. The first thing we need to do is select the jurisdiction, whether it's a Supreme Court or a High Court. You can opt for that. If you have any dilemma, you can also select all jurisdictions. So the party name will be searched in the entire jurisdictions. Now I have keyed in SP Gupta as a party name, and here I am seeing a huge list of 209 results. Why? Because SP Gupta, one, it is a common name, and second, that it's being searched in entire jurisdictions. So what I can do is I can also combine the other party name here, but between the two party names I don't have to key in any v dot or versus that I need to ensure. And once I enter the other party name and click on find case, you notice that there are very few results left now in the bottom window, and 8 results among those, the 81 citation, that is what I am looking for. So I'll double click on this and it will open the judgment in front of me. Now this entire judgment I can save on my hard disk, on my PC. But apart from that, what else can I do? I can also mail it across to myself or my colleague. The icons are appearing in the third column as the judgment is getting populated, which is of quite a few hundred pages. So that's why it is taking a little more than usual time. Let me just... and here you are, it has now opened, and the icons in the third column, you can see I am putting my cursor over here in the second last one, which is to save this document. There is a speaker also appearing, and this speaker will enable you to what you call listen to this judgment in entirety. The audio will be played at times when you are having strain in your eyes and you don't want to read it all together, you want to listen it, you can simply use this play button option as well. You can also mail it across to your colleague or yourself. And when it comes to the print, there are two types of prints. One is true print and the other one is non-true print, and that is the difference. True print will be the exact replica or photo image of the print journal that you have in your library. So I'm opting for a few pages here, a couple of pages here, and let's have a look how it looks like. When I print these 3 pages, they get converted into a PDF, and this PDF will have a SCC online true print watermark authenticating it. It has also the licensing name and the date, etc. And from page number 87 in the print journal, it was printed. So same pagination has been restored over here because it's an image copy, and the same format, font, paragraphing will remain intact as it is, because being a true print. And non-true print will be without these original page numbers, because it's not a true print photocopy. It is a HTML page, the way it is being displayed right now on the computer itself. Now this next icon is meant for increasing the font size for viewability purpose. I can also generate a document sharing link, which I can then share with my colleague for this particular judgment to open in SCC. Then when it comes to the copy paste feature, you can't use the manual method of highlighting with the mouse and using the shortcut Control-C, Control-V. Over here, you have to use a different methodology known as smart copy. The option is smart copy. First thing, all the 7 judges' names are in bold, denoting that all of them have authored or penned this judgment. Right now, when I click on the name of a particular judge like Justice Venkatramaya, it will open, I'll jump to that particular paragraph from where his judgment starts. Clicking on his name will take me back to the top of the page, or top of the judgment rather. Now, before every para, you see these clipboard icons. Small clipboard icons are there, and I'm clicking once. In the same sequence I have clicked, they will get extracted in a new window for copy paste purpose. Now the option is smart copy, 4th icon in the 3rd column. One click on this and within no time these all 3 get extracted in a new window. And you will notice that 9, 47, 48 and then 46. That is how I sequenced it. And here I can use the manual method also of highlighting only a few lines among the entire para and paste it in my draft. Each para will have the source, that this extract is taken from so and so judgment and this is the citation number. You can mail it across to yourself or your colleague as well. So that is a copy paste feature. And one important aspect is whether there is any overrule law point here. And how to get that in SCC? Just in the search, within search, I will key in overruled. Now, when I type overruled and click on the search button, the software will now filter out all the overruled law points, if any, and display them in the result list. And you will notice there are a couple of labels in the center. First one has a J, which denotes that this is a judgment title, and 7 is the quorum strength. Second is D, that is a digest note or summary prepared by our editorial. 7 is the quorum strength, and it has an additional label appearing here in the form of a red circle. An exclamation mark, that means that this particular law point has been overruled. Similarly, the second law point and the third law point also, digest notes are also overruled, we can make out. But the last one and the first one doesn't have a red circle, denoting that overruled has been discussed somewhere, but these are not overruled judgment or law point. Now let me open this overruled law point. Serial number 2, that is on Constitution of India, Article 217(1), power of appointment of judges. So let me go to the top of this digest note. Here, the opinion of Justice Bhagwati has been prepared by our editorial, I mean the gist. Then Justice Fazal Ali's opinion on the same law point. Then Justice Desai's opinion, Justice Pathak's opinion, Justice Venkataramaya's opinion. So out of 7, 5 judges have given their opinion on Article 2171 of the Constitution. And it all has been briefed in one single document for you in the form of a digest note. And when I go to the footnote, it also mentions in which case law it has been overruled. It has been overruled in Supreme Court Advocates and Record Association versus Union of India in 1993. And again, it was again held overruled in year 2016 by the same party, with the same party. So this is how we can come to know about the overruled law points over here. And one more important aspect is the case referencing. Suppose I want to know which all judgments are there where this case SP Gupta has been cited. Not only that, what has been the treatment given to this judgment in those case laws. To get that, we'll click on this icon, case reference. That is the third icon in the third column. And within no time, I'll get judgments from all the jurisdictions where SP Gupta has been cited. And what is the treatment? Whether it is cited, referred to, followed on, distinguished, relied on, etc. You'll come to know. These are all editorial inputs after going thoroughly through these judgments. They prepare these digest notes. And here in this case, A.K. Roy versus Union of India of 1982. Here on constitutional law separation of powers, SP Gupta has been cited merely. Now, when I go to the next one, that is Harshad Mehta versus State of Maharashtra. Here in this case, SP Gupta versus Union of India has been referred to. And not only SP Gupta, you can see many on the similar lines of law are also cited over here, like CST versus Parson Tools and Plants, Law Harvard, D. Walden versus IRC, etc., etc. So you get lot of citation references on the topic as far as the legal research is concerned. Now let's move back to the dashboard. What else we have here? We have covered the rest of them, I suppose, as far as the research is concerned. We'll move on to the My Library section now. And the My Library section is just like browsing through the information. What all databases are available here. We can retrieve them under particular tiles or topics, like I want to browse the act, I go to browse acts and rules. I want to read an article, I go to browse articles and all that. So no input as far as the query is concerned here. Just click and view it. So let me start with the browse acts and rules. Now in browse acts and rules, you get the central acts, the state acts, notifications, rules, regulations, circulars, etc. But in the central acts, what the editorial has done, they have provided you some additional information. Let me take one example here of evidence act, let's say. So the entire bar act will be displayed in the second column. Now it will this entire bar act can be saved, mailed, printed at one go, of course. But when I browse through the chapters or the sections here, you'll find the highlighted lines with the topic applicability. On applicability, there is a citation reference of Union of India versus T.R. Verma, which has been shortlisted by our editorial. And that's a AIR citation, you can see. And the lines that you see in the form of the commentary are also part of the judgment. So citation references could be one or more than one, as in this case, some 4, 5, 6 citation references are there on applicability, then one on natural justice. The rest of the text that you see in the normal background, white background, is the Bar Act as it is. And at regular intervals, you will find these important judgment citation references embedded right in the bare act itself, right? So that is an additional info you are getting as far as this, acts are concerned, the central acts are concerned. We can also browse through the articles. There are some 80 plus scholarly professional journals we have tied up, or we got data from leading national law universities and other institutions of repute. You can see the list over there. It's an ever growing list, and you can also filter out the information on a particular topic. Let's say I am looking for one on climate change or pollution, etc. You can filter it out right here, and the software will then immediately give me the filtered results. That is one on climate change from developing world, a review on trade and competition. Same way you have environment law and practice review, and so on and so forth. So articles are there, and then you have got the entire Constituent Assembly debates, the Law Commission reports, and various reports of commissions and committees, including the bills in Parliament, which are from both the houses, introduced bills as well as the past ones. They're all provided here in this tile, the second material. Also, we have the treaties, that is multilateral, bilateral with the other countries. Those treaties are also listed over here. I can browse through latest judgment from any of the jurisdictions by clicking on the browse judgments by court or by law report. But coming to the curated topics, it's a kind of an advanced tool where you will get some 12-13 areas of law, as you can see over here: constitutional law, public law, corporate law, environment, etc., etc. So what you can do is you can simply opt for one, and the entire topic list will be available over here. Let's say in this case, corporate, you have aviation, banking, companies, competition, etc. Now, when I open any one particular topic, let's say competition law, so pertaining to competition law, you will get each and every information regarding this topic, whether it is the statutory law, whether it's the constitutional document, whether it's an article or any rule, bill, notification, etc., as well as the case law, everything under one umbrella. So here we are expanding the articles, so you can see there are some 4 or 5. And when I move to the statutory law, I can see the Principal Act, Competition Act is already there and listed, but I also see some other sections from other respective acts as well, like Companies Act Section 230, Schedule Section 410, Schedule 5, then Electricity Act Section 23, 60, 61, and so on and so forth. Then there are a couple of them from insolvency and bankruptcy, Motor Vehicles Act, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Prasar Bharati, RERA, TRI. So what all these sections are doing here is because they have a direct relation with competition law, have been picked from these databases and acts and placed here under one umbrella. Same goes with rules, notification, bills, as well as the case laws. So you won't say entire thousands of judgments here, but only a handful, maybe 30, 40, which have been shortlisted by our editorial. So as an advanced researcher, if you want to go through quickly under a topic, all the aspects of law, you can get them right here in browse curated topics. Then there is another option here, the of browse legal business news. Now, how it is going to be useful is because what is happening, I mean, the most important judgments from not only Supreme Court, but the entire jurisdictions, whether it is a high court or even a tribunal, a foreign court, etc., you will get the commentary in the form of commentaries. You will get those in the form of a gist here, right here. And let's open browse this. It's the index is month-wise, year-wise, month-wise, and date-wise. So we are today on 29th and 28th. We have uploaded something here, as you can see, a couple of them. And when you click on that subject line, which is not the party name, and it will open the summary, which has been prepared by our editorial. And this summary is different from the digest, because here what we are doing is giving you the overall view, right from the lower courts to the high court, and then finally to the Supreme Court. What all happened has been summarized over here. This is the topic: unhappy with the two ministries taking contradictory stands before it. Supreme Court asks Centre to evolve mechanism to resolve differences at governmental level itself. Headed by Justice Gawai and C.T. Ravi Kumar. This is the judgment that has been briefed over here by our editorial, and in the end you will get to see the party name as well as citation. And if you are interested in reading the full text judgment, you can click on the link and it will open the entire judgment in a new window for you. So this way you are kept abreast about what is majorly happening across all the jurisdictions. as far as the this keeping yourself up to date is concerned. So this overall gives you an overview of the second segment, that is the My Library section. And before we go to the next section, where there are a couple of things we want to show you, I will also show you one important feature where you can save the judgments in a folder. And why it is important is because if you individually click on the save button, it will save them separately in the hard disk, maybe in a downloads folder or a documents folder. But later on, retrieval will be very difficult over a period of time when you are doing your research on certain subjects or topics. So what I can do is I can create a topic index or a subject index of my own by creating a folder. So I'll click on the add to my SCC online folder. That is the second icon in the third column. And the moment I do that, it will show me the previous folder that is already in place. I'll click on change folder. By default, it shows my folder. So in both cases, I'll click on change folder. The moment I click on change folder, I'll select my folder on top. And at the bottom, there are three options. I choose the second one, that is new folder, which will create a new folder, not on my PC, but on the SCC Online cloud, on the server. And the access will be only to me because it has been created through my credentials. So as a user, when you are creating it, only you have access, nobody else will have. So let me put the name of the judiciary here and press enter, and it gets renamed. The moment I do that, then I click on select folder. By default, it shows computer generated name. So now I have this Sikkim Judicial folder, which I have created, and now it is selected and is being displayed here. I click on OK button, which will now save this digest note in that folder. But I am not confined to only the digest note. Let me open a full text judgment over here from Supreme Court and repeat the steps. Add to my SCC Online folder is already created and selected. So I'll click on OK button. That's it. And again, here I find a couple of them from High Court also, which are of relevance, importance. So I'll click on the add my SCC Online folder and click on OK. And not only that, if I have any tribunal document or a judgment or order, I can also save that. Means whether it's a notification, whether it's an article or a bill, anything and everything in this portal, what all you have can be saved in the common folder. Now, once I have done the saving, I want to retrieve it. For retrieval purpose, on top you have the first icon as SCC Online dashboard. The second one is My SCC Online, and that is meant for retrieval of all the folders that you have created till date. So I am selecting My Folders option here, the second one, and again the second option of View Folders. One click on View Folders and it will display me the entire list of folders I have created till date. And the latest one that I have created is already selected. It's already selected, and therefore the titles of all the documents that I have selected are being displayed in the second column. Right. So this is how you can create folders, how you can save documents, and how you can retrieve documents. Let's move back to the dashboard. Now, the third section, as the name suggests, links, will give us links to the external websites. We have tied up with Singapore LawNet for judgments of Singapore Supreme Court. Hein Online is another add-on software where we give you 150 plus Ivy League, university law review journals like Stanford, Harvard, etc. You have UK law from 1220 onwards till 1865. You have world constitutions and a lot of other international material. So that is the another website. And the third website is our own, that is the microblogging website, SCC Online Blog, where you get to see the latest news, latest information as far as the law is concerned, editorial articles, editorial opinions, all of that will be available in this kind of links that we have. We also have case briefs from Supreme Court Constitution Bench, Normal Bench, then High Courts, tribunals, etc. You'll get that. Legislation related news you will be getting here, any amendments or updates. You also get to see the Know Thy Judge. It will give you the entire career and history of the judge. We have enlisted over here, and a lot of other information which is available as a free information resource. on this microblogging site. Now, if you want all this information also to be subscribed, which is free, of course, you can. You go to the bottom of the page, there is a newsletter sign up. Here you will enter your email ID and click on subscribe. So on a weekly basis, you will get all these case briefs and other informations right there on in your mailbox. Now let's move to the next option. We have EBC Learning and EBC Web Store. These are all our parent companies. Their websites, like for short-term courses, we have EBC Learning. For all the print journals and materials, we have the EBC Web Store to subscribe and to browse through, and SCC Online Store is for renewing the existing online subscriptions that we have in place. So that completes the overall review of this software. I'll also show you another important feature which will be quite handy for you. That is the help feature, as you can see in the form of a question mark on the third icon on the top. There are a few options here which are related to this particular screen, how to add a document to a folder, print from folders, etc. But one option will remain universal in whatever screen you are, whether you are in a search screen, you are in a find by party screen, or whatever. There will be related help options, but one will be universal, that is user manual. So I'll click on that. It will open a new web page, and this web page is basically kind of a help center. And here if I type, let's say, print, so it will give me related to print everything, how to save, how to print, etc. So I click on this topic. Once I click on the topic, it will now display that with an example, and some of the examples are GIF. It is giving you practically all the options available over here, and how it looks like, how you go ahead and take the true print versus non-true print, etc. Now, apart from that, you also have a section, if you remember in the beginning when Sanjay sir was talking about this word search and all, the Boolean operators and all. If you want to have a revision of that, there is a search methods option. And when I open the search methods option, you see how to use the OR operator, how to use the NOT operator, and near operator, etc. will be mentioned over here. Let me open one, near Boolean operator. When I click on that, it will again illustrate that with an example for you. The example here is murder near knife. So I'll get all judgments on that. Then it will also highlight the word range. Near means what? 10 words, within 10 words and all, and how the results look like. So it's very elaborative. So all these resources, help resources, are also available right there in the software itself. That is in the form of question mark. That is the help feature. This completes the session. I think we can now open the question and answer round, Sanjay sir, or the audience, the attendees who are there. I'm just Mohit. Is there anything you want to add, or anything I have skipped?
No, I guess everything has been covered, Mr. Anna. We can open the Q&A.
Thank you, Mohit. So over to you, participants. Now I'm opening the question and answer round. You can put it in the chat as you find convenient. Sir.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to ask one question, sir. So can you please show an example of a judgment which has been overruled, and
All right.
also which judgment has overruled it?
All right. Definitely. Here you are. I'll show you with this example of find by party name. It's not necessary that it's only by find by party name that you are going to get the overruled law point. Whether it's a find by citation, whether it's find by a section, whatever it may be. Finally, when you get the results, now I'm repeating this find by party name only, and here I'm typing Golaknath, let's say, and the moment the judgment is now opened, in the result list, just below this SCC online logo, you will have to type overruled here. That's it. That is the sub search. And in the subsequent result list, you will be seeing an additional label. Two labels are already there, judgment and the quorum strength. The third, digest and the quorum strength. The third label that is appearing in the form of a red circle or an exclamation mark denotes that this particular law point has been overruled. And when I open this, I click on this digest note. On the bottom footnote, it will display me the part judgment in which it has been overruled. So this case of Golak North, the law point on Article 368 and preamble has been overruled in case Nanda Bharati versus State of Kerala in 1973. And again held overruled in Indian Medical Association versus Union of India in 2011. I hope that answers your query, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank
Welcome.
you.
Welcome.
Mr. Rana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
On the citation tree table, so that members, I think, can benefit from that.
Citation.
Use in explaining the overruled, impliedly overruled, and held overruled, etc.
Yes, sir. We have covered that.
Already covered that.
Yes, sir. The overruled part.
Yes. That is clearly mentioned.
Sir? I think the citation tree you're talking about. Sanjay, sir?
I think if you do not have the document, then please continue with your normal flow.
Document, I got it. Maybe it's not readily in hand with me. Might take me a while to search for that. I'll just try it once.
I'm sending you the email, Mr. Anna.
Okay, I'll open that. That will be easier. Thank you. So, participants, just give us a while so that we show you the citation tree,
Sent.
which will help you in understanding. You have sent it already, or let me just open my mailbox, and then I'll be able to. Just one sec. So we're just retrieving this citation tree for you, and you'll have a look at this.
You're not able to see the PDF, Mr. Anna.
No, it's opening now in the browser itself. Let it be so.
Okay. Because currently we are only able to see the blue screen, nothing else.
Oh, I see. Just it's still opening at my end as well. So let me just see.
Mohit, will you be please in position to share your screen and show that document in case you have that document, please?
Right now, it is open now on my screen. Whether it is visible or not needs to be confirmed.
Unshare and reshare.
Not visible, no
Okay.
problem. I'll just.
I'll unshare and reshare. Shall I?
Sure, please.
Yes.
I'm just unsharing. And then let me just share again.
Share the full desktop.
Share the screen. All right.
Yes, now we can see.
Now it is. Thank you. So here you have the citation tree, the treatment given to cases cited in Supreme Court Cases Journal. The first one is applied on facts, followed, relied on, approved, referred to, cited, explained, considered, distinguished, dissented, doubted, overruled, of course, impliedly overruled, overruled by implication but not clearly stated, reversed, held overruled, per incuriam and per curiam. So these are all the terminologies which have been used here as far as the treatment given to is concerned.
Mr. Rajesh, what we can
Yes.
do, we can email
Yes, sir.
this
Yes, sir.
to Madam.
Sir. I think, ma'am, if you can share your email ID, what sir already has. So you can share the ID on your
The
chat.
members as to the various citations actually indicating when impliedly overruled, when we are writing per inquirium, when we are writing different these citation treatments. This will be a good ready help available to all of them. Different journals have their own internal manual. Essentially, what we have shared with all of you today, is distinction on doing legal research on a platform which is coming from a law publishing house versus open access. Open access, again, as I was, in fact, I started the session saying that anyone can go to Honorable Supreme Court of India website, anyone can go to Honorable High Court website or various tribunals and commission website and see the judgment. But judgment without the curated information, judgment without the case summaries, judgment without the digest notes or the case note is giving you little help, because there are a lot of, I think, effort and energy is required to.
I think, sir, your voice, we have lost your voice.
That having these smart headers or smart head notes or cache notes. So all of those, when you are having from the law publishing house, and as we have earlier, in fact, in the beginning of the session, we indicated that not only Eastern Book Company Journal, we have the law reports coming in from various other important publishing houses of the country and international journals. So that is making it, in fact, a very, very interesting tool to research and save your precious time. Time is the real essence, because whenever we are doing some legal research, we definitely have to complete it in a specific amount, a number of hours, or in fact there is some time limit given to us that we must do this research before this particular time. So having that in mind, also there have been chances where we found that digital information is not uploaded even on these important institutional websites, because the copyright information which is published in some place, the original copies, certified copies, are no longer available with the court systems. Especially in case of the high courts, where high courts were started, original high courts which started in 1862. In fact, 3 high courts, Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. So many judgments, original certified copy is no longer available. So whatever information is available, which is available from various publication houses, and also the copyright information of various law reports, so all of that is essentially then coming from the other sources, not from the institution's own website. Also, we have found that in many cases, I'm sure all of you already AFR thing, approved for reporting. In most of the judgment on Honorable Supreme Court of India, and also in original high courts and the other high courts also, the judges have this practice of marking the judgment is important according to one of the judge who has authored the judgment, and then the honorable judge will sign his, in fact, a copy of the judgment with AFR, which is it is a recommendation for the law publishers and the state publication, which is called either SCR or ILR, that you must publish this. However, because of paucity of funds, most of these judgments were not published. Most of these judgments were not published because the number of pages limit was being overrun. Instead of publishing an important judgment, they published small judgments of, in fact, few pages, and some of these important judgments were left out. But since we were doing this research work for all of you, so we actually had taken that extra effort to find out all such rulings, important rulings, which were important and which were having important legal law points laid down, and we have created curated information here for your completeness of research. So irrespective of the fact whether this is available on those portals of the institutions or it is not available, we have taken that extra mile. And also this association of about 100 other publishers has also given us an edge, that most of these have also worked in the same fashion.
they requested the certified copies from the respective court systems, and they also tried to find out wherever the information was available from. They curated that information and they have given and provided us with their citations. So all of this extra effort is actually helping you to find meaningful information in more exhaustive way. Are we saying, are we suggesting that this is 100% complete? No, it is still not 100% complete. And for that matter, I'll say that none of the portals can claim that they have 100% information of.
I think we've lost the voice, but the fact is, none of them have 100% coverage. Yes, you can go up to 99 or 95, 98%. Nobody can have 100% coverage as such. Sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir, now you are. No, I think. Again, you are not audible, sir. I think we've lost your voice again, sir. Anyways, maybe due to some technical issue, what all is there, server's voice is not appearing as of now. So all in all, yes, sir, now you are.
So, most of these citations we tabulated from 1836 till date of the Supreme Court, and in the Supreme Court judgment, whatever citation was appearing of various high courts or Privy Council or other important jurisdictions, we tabulated all of those and we tried to find out the full text availability on our portal. And when we did not find that, so we found that these judgments are not available with the respective collaborating partners. And when we approached the high courts, honorable high courts, we could not find those judgments with them as well. So if we have a list of 5,000 plus for which we do not have the full text available, that means the information is partly completed. The information may be less than 1%, which is not available, but 99.9% or 99% information is definitely curated information which is available to all of you. And this verification process also happens in this. It's a verification process for all the citations which in any judgment which are appearing. We actually go to the important legal report, law report or journal from where the paragraph is reproduced, and we cross-check that. And after the cross-checking, only we publish it in our respective law reports. So that verification process is also very, very important. All of these procedures are not being followed by other
I think there's a break.
publications.
So there's a break in your voice again.
Only the online Mr. Rana, I think there is some connectivity issue at my end.
Yes, sir.
The point
Now you are audible. Yes, sir. Sir, the point.
Accuracy part is coming in because of the law publications efforts.
Yes, sir. So the authenticity and of course the efforts.
Authenticity, reliability, and accuracy, all three important critical ingredients, because in the legal research we cannot take chances of having inaccuracies. So having said that, I think all of these three things are taken care of when we are browsing the information on SCC online platform, because SCC online definitely creates the information, verifies the information before it is published in one of those publications that we publish, and our partner publications also have a similar procedure adopted in their respective places. So thereby ensuring your research is definitely error-free and is also verified. So this is something which we wanted to share. In case there are any questions, we are ready to answer those questions, please.
Thank you, Sanjay sir. And over to you, participants. If you have any further queries, you may please ask. In the meanwhile, I'll just share you the contact details of the entire training team. That is training members, 3 members, their contact details are there. Then our email ID, if we are not reachable, that is learning@scconline.com. Has to be mentioned, this particular clause is meant for the academics, which has been mentioned. Then you can approach support@scconline.com or the toll-free number, that is 180025863310, which is available from Monday through Saturday, 10 in the morning till 7 in the evening. So with all these communication links, you can take a snapshot if you want. You can approach us anytime. So if there are no further queries, then we may just conclude the session. Shall we?
No, I think we can request Madam Geeta, who's the coordinator for the activity, to in fact check with the participants in case. In fact, we can see some of the members sitting in the academy itself, Judicial Academy, and maybe few more members are joining from the respective districts and the High Court. We've not heard anything from Mr. Indrajit in case he has also joined from the High Court. So it'll be a pleasure to, in fact, hear his voice and in case there's any query from his side. Rana, there's just one small query because, in fact, I had completely logged out in between. So just wanted to check whether within the notes you had, I think, shared the information about the authors' names in bold and the superscript numbers and all that.
Sir, I had shared that all the bold ones are the ones who have authored or penned this judgment. As far as the superscripts are concerned, no, I didn't.
Please share that information. I'm sure that'll be meaningful for the members working in the court because that is, in fact, quite important information for the judicial process.
Right, sir. So, participants, your attention once again. As far as, yeah. So, just retrieving one judgment here. Let's see any judgment. Right here, we are in the journal. So, let me go back to the dashboard and let's type a query. So, once we have the results over here, you will notice the number of judges will be mentioned there in the result list itself. Just slow. Yeah. So it's retrieving, it's taking a little while, but then it is populating now. So we're getting the results over here, and you can see the judgments there, and the digest notes are also there. Let me open one from Chrome largest first. Let's see. So this will rearrange the index or the result list and show me the one which is having the maximum number of judges on the bench. So 6 in this case. And let's go to the this is appellate tribunal. Sorry, let me go to the judgment part.
It will be mentioned in the digest note this time.
Should be mentioned in the digest note only, and the second thing is the number of judges should be also more. Let me just try this one. Yeah. So it's already largest first. Okay.
Yes. Go to the second one and go to the last paragraph.
So since here you have only 3 judges, so let me just open one from the party name, let's say, and because
let's open SP Gupta or let's open AD
yeah,
Jabalpur.
that's what I was coming to. So here you have a good bench strength, of course, and then you will get to know who is concurring with whom. That's a very interesting and important feature. So we have a judge bench strength of 7, and we'll move to the digest note in a while and see who is concurring with whom. Right now the judgment has opened, right? So I'm clicking on the digest note. So all the digest notes will get displayed over here, and I go to the bottom where the bench strength and the judges' names are mentioned. You will notice that on each judge's name there is a superscript, like P. M. Bhagwati 1, A.C. Gupta 2, Murtaza Fazil Ali 3, V.D. Tulsapurkar 4, then 5, 6, and 7. In this case, all the judges have written and authored this judgment. So that is why you are getting all the superscripts in sequence from 1 to 7. And all the names are in bold, denotes that these judges have authored or written or penned this judgment, right? Now, let's go to some other case here where there is a concurring opinion, right? So let us take this example of Golaknath Mohit, right?
No.
No.
Or you can take the example of K.S. Puttaswamy. Take the example of K.S. Puttaswamy and you'll have all the opinions in that.
So we have this K.S. Puttaswamy case. Let's open it. It will again have the digest notes. So we'll move to the digest note. So here you have 9 judges on this bench of K.S. Puttaswamy case. And again, it's a very quite lengthy judgment, so it will take a little while to open. So here we are, the judgment is now being populated and displayed. In the third column, I have opened the digest note, and you can see here Justice Ker's superscript is 1, Justice Chalameshwar is 2, Justice Bobde is 3, and then R.K. Agarwal and Justice Chandrachud has 1 as superscript. So it is indicating that they are concurring with the ones who have a common superscript, right? All are concurring with Justice Kia. And similarly, the rest have their individual opinions. Justice Abdul Nazir also, the last one, is also having a superscript of 1, is again honorable judges concurring with Justice Kia. So this is the kind of terminology, methodology applied by our editorial for the benefit of the researcher. Without even reading the full judgment, you can come to know who is concurring with whom.
You can also open the third digest.
Yes.
So
this one is article 32, 136, and one more. So let's, oh God. Sorry. I'll go to the bottom again.
No. Let's go to the top of the digest note, and it will give you the information
Yes,
of
yes.
the judges concurred with which
For
particular.
Justice Chandrachud, and in the bracket it's mentioned Justice Agarwal and Justice Nazir. So these three are concurring with Justice Chandrachud. That's what is mentioned over here, right here in the digest note itself. So this is another way. I mean, in the digest note itself, you will get the concurring judges' names along with the judge who had written, and you will also get the dissenting. If there is any opinion, also along with the judge's name in the bracket itself, right there. So all this information.
I think we have all understood the superscript numbers are basically giving indication that in case the name is appearing in bold, that means the honorable judge whose name is appearing in bold font is the author, and all other judges who have the same superscript number are basically concurring judges. And in case there are several judges giving the opinions, respective opinions, so each group either becomes concurring judges group or dissenting. This is one. But Mr. Rana, you still have not completed this session because one very important feature of SCC Online is still not covered.
Which one?
Which is partly concurring. So please go back to the search words near concurring. This feature is unique to SCC Online digest notes, wherein our editors also mentioned that in this particular case it's partly concurrence. Partial concurrence, partly concurring is something which is not appearing in any other journal, any other law report. This phrase was coined by Eastern Book Company, SCC Online, and now being used by the other reporters as well. But please see how it appears. Type partly near concurring.
Sir, so we got this mentioned here, partly concurring in the digest.
Partly dissenting. So, I think we've reached to that case of 2008, volume 1, page 1.
Yes, sir.
So, I think T.V. Modak versus Eastern Book Company, in that also it was explained. But these are unique features of SCC and SCC Online, wherein not just concurring judges or dissenting judges are separately mentioned. We also mention in case it appears that it's partly concurring and partly it is dissenting for the same part of judgment. So even for that, our editors take due care, and we mention that, which is again giving you further strength in your legal research work. So having said that, this is one. And then also sometimes we find that there are some typographical errors. So we can also show them SIC. Sometimes when we point it out to the honorable judges, personal secretaries in Supreme Court, they do respond, and we get, in fact, the corrigendum. And once the corrigendum is received, we actually publish the correct copy. Sometimes these corrected copies are also uploaded on the website of the Supreme Court. But in case we do not get the response, then it is our duty to inform the user, the research scholar, that what exactly is the information which is actually the correct information as SIC, which is error apparent on record. So we will search for SIC abbreviation. Please search for SIC and show one of those notes to the audience, please.
As you can see, significant numbers here, and it's picking one as special investigation cell. So we'll quickly move to the other one. Yeah, here it is as the third one. Yes, sir. State of Madras versus V0. It's a 1952.
Please go to the top of the note, please. In this note, please go to the top of the note. The principal discussion in this note itself is under Article 22, but in the paragraph it is mentioned as in view of the language of Article 21. So our editors think that this is wrongly mentioned here as Article 21. This has to be Article 22. So likewise, we find that there is some error which is apparent on the face of it. So we actually do mention this irrespective. It's not giving us the corrigendum because it is our duty as a law publisher to give the correct information in the hand of the law researcher. So this is what we were talking about, is the process of verification, process of authenticity, process of checking the information and giving the correct information in the hands of the user. So these are some of those important features. We have not covered everything. I'm sure the Academy is going to give us maybe time in future again, where we will like to actually come back and give you more inputs like these. Till the time, in case we have more questions coming in from the audience, we are ready to answer those, or we can request Madam Geeta to please guide us how to take this further, please.
Geeta ma'am, you're there?
Audible, sir.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Thank you so much, sir, for guiding the session on SCC. And to begin the third session on AIR, All India Reporter, we have Mr. Manish Raut, Sales and Support Manager, All India Reporter Online as a resource person. And now I would like to request our learned resource person to kindly begin the session. To begin the third session on AIR, All India Reporter, we have Mr. Ganesha B.N., Assistant Sales Manager, AIR, as a resource person. And now I would like to request our learned resource person to kindly begin the session.
ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸೀದಾ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಐತೆ, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಪೂರ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಬೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್. ಬೇಜಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಇದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟೈಪಿಂಗ್ ಅದು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ It is on only. The network here, network issue. Still, it is connected. Okay. Madam. Hello. Madam, actually, what it is exactly, I don't know. I mean, regarding session in the sense, uh, regarding AIR, we need to take session. Okay. Actually, I don't know regarding on this. I want to give. Manish is. He said you can attend the session. He said. ಇವನು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ದ. ನಾವು ಏರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, yes, sir.
Madam. Good
Yes, sir.
afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
You are calling, no?
Uh,
Okay. Fine, madam. Can I take a session regarding AIR
yes,
online
sir. Yes, sir.
database?
Yes, sir. So you can start the session, sir.
Okay. Yeah. As you know, this is the 100 years old company publishing a legal journal publication. Here we are covering criminal, civil and criminal, labor, check dishonor, accidental, all irrespective subject we are covering in all these journals. And we come up with the latest version in online. In this online version, hello, hello,
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
hearing, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, fine. In this online database, you will get Privy Council from 1900 to 1950 and 1950 to till now Supreme Court and all high courts from inception to till date. And we are giving their acts, central as well as local. Even see all, you can see the all state local acts. Moreover, we are giving true print of our law journals. There are so many law journals we are publishing. AIR, Criminal Law Journal, Supreme Court Weekly, Labor and Industrial Cases, Check Dishonor Report, Accidental Claims and Compensation, Karnataka High Court Report, Allahabad High Court Report, Bombay High Court Report. Like that, you are getting true copy of all journals. And we are giving equivalent citation also. Around more than 250 law journal equivalent citation we are providing. More than that, we are giving e-books. E-books in the sense law books and commentaries. What we are publishing commentaries, those some few commentaries also is available in our online software. And year-wise, you can find judgment year-wise also. You can see citation-wise judgments. If you compare with other software, I mean, so many software is there in our field. This is the authenticated software. We have own source. So AR is own, they have own source. So same thing we are giving in digital format, online version as well as we are into offline also. And if you go for browsing, we have all kind of browsing option like free text search. You can put any words on phrase, any query. You will get the relevant result. and we can search by party name. You can search by court wise. You can search. You can search by judge's name wise. You can search by date wise. I mean a particular date or between date or before, after. You can put date and search. You will get the result. And you can search by topical wise. Any topic wise you can search. And you can search by citation by putting any citation. I mean SCC, scale, like that other local journals. I mean KLJ, KCCR, Bombay High Court. Any citation, if you put, you will get the equivalent citation. I mean judgment, which is reported in our journals. And you can search by act and section. We have three main menus: free text search, specific search. In specific search, you will get specifically, it will ask citation search, nominal search, judges wise search, date wise search, bench wise search, act and section wise search, topical search. And another, comprehensive search. We have given so many parameters in comprehensive. I mean, if you want to search multiple query, I mean appeal number, party name, or citation, and multiple acts, act and phrase, we can search in comprehensive. Okay. And in our software, it is easy to search by all the parameters. Simple browsing option, I mean menus. Simply you can search in required parameter. Hello? 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 Ma'am, hearing me? Yes, network issue. Ah, ah, ah. Hello? Hello? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Now I am audible. I given all the explanation about your online database, but
Okay, sir.
not clear.
Yes, sir. Hello. Hello, sir. There's a network problem from your end, sir. So with your permission, can I end the session, sir?
Yes, ma'am. It's over.
Yes, sir. Sir, can I end the session, sir? So there's a network problem. Is my voice audible to the participants, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, sir. So having come to the end of today's program, I, on behalf of Sikkim Judicial Academy, would like to thank Learned Resource Person for his precious time. Thank you very much, sir. And I also take this opportunity to thank all the learned participants for joining us and actively participating throughout the session. Thank you all. Lastly, I would like to thank Learned Director, sir, Sikkim Judicial Academy, for his constant guidance throughout the session. And last but not the least, I would also like to thank all my staff of Sikkim Judicial Academy. Thank you very much for the cooperation.